That intro makes me feel like we're on Songs of Praise.
I was going to say, it sounds really orchestral.
This is Clem Fandango. Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you.
Yes. Thank you, Lee.
It's all right.
My God, I just felt like pressing end broadcast straight away.
Only after a hymn.
Hello, viewers in Viewerland. We've got 4,000 viewers. Who's that?
That was my phone. I'm tuning into the broadcast on my phone at the same time.
All right, have you got all your televisions tuned in as well?
Just doing it.
So actually, nobody's actually watching. It's just all us lot.
Yeah, I've got like 10 devices all set up with different accounts.
It's a Nick massager.
This is Clem Fandango. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes. Here we go, boys. The boys are in. Songs of Praise. Kruab Birab. Hello, mate. How you doing? Jamie van der Horst.
Hey.
Hey.
Thank you, Bill. Alsjeblieft.
See, he appreciated my joke.
The only one, my friend. The only one. Hello, Problem Being. How are you, sir?
Eyes all right. How's you?
I ask the questions, mate.
Right. Okay. A bit fascist.
We don't call him Hair Brown for nothing.
Is that right?
Hair Brown.
Can you hear me? Cockney Spock,
yeah.
Are you there? Hello, Lee.
You know what? Do you know what I wish, old chap? Do you know what I wish?
Is that right?
I wish I was a damned ranker, like Hook or Hitch or Brown.
Alpha Omega, a new face. Hello. Hello.
Hello, Alpha Omega. Yeah, we just got off we were on a stream on the TARDIS zone earlier. Yeah, we did. And
how did that go?
Slippery.
No fist fights or anything?
Well, not fights.
Strong accusations, anything like that?
No, it's that we just had a little chat amongst ourselves, Noel's guests, and
any weapons used at all?
Just a few like ninja stars,
Just seems to be Doctor Who these days, isn't it?
Well, it's a very, very vicious fandom at the moment, so you have to be armed.
Very, very vicious. Demon Swap Shop Scythe Synthwave Noel Edmonds. All right, mate.
Yes, I am just recovering from my midnight run, or almost midnight run.
You sound a bit in the throat there.
Yeah, well, that's all the deep breathing, you see.
Is that midnight run or midnight runs?
Well, I did have curry, so maybe.
Midnight
Run is a great film, by the way.
What's up with your watch?
Yeah, what is wrong with your watch, Swap Shop?
My watch? I haven't got a watch.
That's what's wrong with it.
What's wrong? Yeah.
It's non-existent. That's what's wrong with it.
Yeah, that'll be it then.
So you are good, Matthew, yes?
I am, and I'm in the market for a watch.
Very, very good. And here he is, bringing up the rear as he likes to. I hope he's got his mic issues sorted. It's the Mega Geek. Hello, Ian.
You're right.
Are you?
Yeah, you're right. I'm fine.
Yes.
Yes.
I was corporate video.
He's the only one who's working at the moment. How's work going, friend?
How dare you?
It's a pain in the ass, but it pays the bills.
It does, my friend.
Do
well done. Yes. Really great that you've got some work, basically. I think the rest of us haven't.
Speak for yourself, mate. Thatcher's Britain. Get on your bike.
Ironically, my bikes have not left the. They're in the back bedroom. The weather's been so shit. I'm not on my bike at the moment, so nah.
I'm currently I'm busy working on a new film trilogy. So,
Well, watching one.
no, I'm creating 3 films together, trilogy. New IP. Don't want to talk about it too much. But,
Completely new idea.
Yeah. So,
Well, that won't go down well in Hollywood. It's got.
Well, it's going to be. I
50
can't
years old.
mention who's attached to it, but some big names. So can't talk about it too
MC
much.
is also working. Well done, MC. Well done.
Top
Working
geezer
this time
MC.
of night.
We dream
No,
of
they're all-
working.
We all do. Yeah. Anyway, I can't talk about it too much, but I'll just say 2 words: Cockney Zulu.
And he's here, boys and girls. He's finally walked in. Hail, Sklavko. Are you okay this fine evening, my friend? Yes, Sklavko's
I
working.
like hourglass figure.
We all do,
He gets
mate.
such a rough ride. He comes here just to be abused.
He loves it.
That's extra.
Speaking of hourglass figure, did anybody see this video that popped up a few hours ago on YouTube? It's,
I heard about.
I heard about this. I heard about it.
What did she say?
Basically, she started the video off really well because I think she was reading the kind of the notes with the instructions. She said, "Was it fade in or fade out?"
Oh no! How embarrassing.
And they didn't even the Oscars people didn't even cut it off. So it goes fade out or fade in, and then she just starts
twat.
And then she starts rambling on about awards for brave, stunning women in film, etc., etc.
As long as you shut your mouth.
Literally,
basically just being hypocritical again.
Yes.
Best feminist, fastest firing of a strong woman.
Yeah.
Without letting her know.
Yeah, literally, what, 4 days? Is it 4 days? 5 days?
Talk about tone deaf. I mean, that's spectacular.
And Gina Carano apparently found out through Twitter she'd got the boot. So how good is that? So
bollocks.
Professional.
I suffered and watched the video, so you
don't have to.
4 didn't have to. And very nervous voice, very just.
I heard it. I heard it when I was out on my run. Right? I was listening to it when I was out on my run. I was listening to someone reviewing it, right? And when the bits when she's speaking, it sounds like she's got some kind of retainer in her mouth. She got a speech impediment. It's terrible.
Sounds a bit like me. Impediment. Just got an ulcer in my tongue.
Nice.
Yes, 87 likes for the video. And
what's it up to now on dislikes?
At the time of screen grab, which was about an hour ago, 8,000 dislikes.
The screen grab I had was like 1,000.
I think Eels v Babyface was piling in with some comments as well, and he had about 10 million replies to his comment alone. So
wow.
It's
is that hyperbole or literally 10 million?
I think there was about 70 comments, just replies just to his comments.
What channel is it on? What's YouTube channel is that?
It's the Oscars official.
Oscars official. Is that what the channel's called?
It's called Oscars.
Oh, okay.
ASCARS. So it's the official Oscars channel. Yeah.
Well, it begins with an A. I thought Oscars began with an A.
Sorry. Oh, sorry.
NASCAR. Oh.
Sorry, I haven't got my glasses on, and in the heat of presenting, sorry, boys.
But they're not officially called the Oscars; they're called the Academy Awards.
Well, whatever they are called.
You're one of those people as well, are you?
Who cares? To be fair, does anybody care?
Why is she on the Oscars channel? I don't understand.
Yeah, what's going on?
Because she's powerful.
Well, it says here, Kathleen Kennedy 2021 Scientific and Technical Awards. Maybe the kind of honouring some people.
But isn't science
minutes.
Science part of the white supremacy? Because that's what we're constantly
White
being
cappuccino.
told.
Best cappuccino of the decade.
Science is the patriarchy.
Everybody's saying it's the Ascars.
Coffee for Mr. Spielberg. Also, cappuccino for Mr. Lucas.
Scientifically.
Is she? She must be very thick-skinned.
So it's 99 likes and it's 9.5k dislikes.
Wow.
How terrible is that?
99 likes.
That's what
this
we
video
call,
ain't one.
That's what we call ratio to fuck.
She's the most powerful woman in Hollywood, so obviously they've chosen her to do this.
And also, Hill's babyface says, "We love Gina Carano."
Nice. Well done.
And one says the hateful old windbag just fired the only strong independent woman around her.
Yeah.
But I don't understand, right? So she must know all this hate. Obviously, if she looks on this, she'll know how much hate is. But still, they still carry on doing what they're doing. They must really believe in their religion, 100%. It's crazy, right?
Yeah.
It's like a cult, isn't it?
Zeal.
The
Zeal. Yeah, cult zeal. No two ways about it.
Absolutely crazy.
I just don't get it at all.
I used to really admire her when I was a lot younger because she did, I didn't know the full story, obviously, because I knew she exec produced Raiders of the Lost Ark and most of the Spielberg films and stuff and George Lucas stuff. And I thought, yeah, she's a woman that's actually doing it, And I know how hard it is
Girl
for women to
number
make it in
7
Hollywood.
in Temple of Doom.
So that's what I'm saying. So, but little did we know, she really didn't do much, according to Spielberg, that is. So there you go. And now she's in charge of Hollywood, or so it seems, anyway.
For the foreseeable future, by the looks of it.
Do you really think it's going to be for the foreseeable future then?
I hope not. But the thing is, though, I don't really care because I learned a long time ago that having a dream to go to Hollywood was basically a waste of my time. Because now I know what Hollywood really is like by going there and meeting people, and and now all this has happened. It's just poison, Hollywood. So I mean, don't get me wrong. If somebody offered me a job there to direct a film, I'd do it. but I wouldn't say
standards, double standards.
No. Well, it's money, isn't it? If somebody offers me a crap load of money to direct a film, of course I'd do it. But the thing is, though, once you do it, you got to get out. You got to get out. Mate.
Yes.
Yeah.
Get out.
Smash and grab.
Sklavko says she fed gremlins after midnight.
She is the gremlin. She's Stripe, isn't she?
Gizmo Kaka. Her name is attached to Back to the Future.
Get fucked.
Yeah, she is.
Good old days.
That's why I admired her when I was.
Happy for Mr. Spielberg.
Also, she's not married to. She's married to another producer. That guy did Born Identity, and he was also responsible for. I can't remember his name. Her husband's name. I used to admire him as well. Frank Marshall. That's it. Yeah.
Oh, Frank Marshall.
Yeah. He made a lot of really great movies. He was responsible for the Born series, wasn't he? So. And I really admire him as a producer as well.
Because
as I say,
Mr. Marshall. Oh, hi, honey.
Frank Marshall's name was all over the early 80s as well, wasn't he?
Yeah. Brilliant producer.
So was Harvey Weinstein.
No, Harvey Weinstein. No, but wait. Harvey Weinstein.
But was he really?
He never really produced anything. Frank Marshall, he did all the legwork, trying to get money. But because he was so powerful, he didn't have to do any of that stuff. Do you know what I mean? At one point, he was doing it just to get his Miramax up and running. But once his foot was well in the door, he really didn't do anything. All he did was kind of bothered women, and it just got worse and worse as he got more powerful. Do you know what I mean? But that never happened to Frank Marshall. Well. So we know. Yeah, exactly. So it's a shame. Never mind.
It's all going down the toilet, isn't it?
Where it belongs.
Clockwise or anti-clockwise.
Very slowly, very, very slowly.
I know.
Really,
Ian.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say. You said that you're not bothered, but I'll just say, I'm bothered because I want some entertainment. Proper
No, but you
entertainment.
can get entertainment. You can watch old films and stuff. You know, there's entertainment everywhere. The thing is, like, it doesn't belong to us. Star Wars doesn't belong to us. Hollywood doesn't belong to us. So let them have it. Do you know what I mean? Hopefully somebody will create a new platform and everybody will go south and leave them to it. And then we'll create our own kind of stuff. Do you know what I mean? So that's what they're scared of, really. That's why they're companies are sort of looking at YouTube at the moment. You know, they're all scared that we, the people from our bedrooms might make more money than them. Have more people watching them. Yeah, so that's why they're trying to introduce all these laws and trying to scare us off the platform and stuff like that. So because we're a threat to them, and that's a problem.
That's why they keep shoving their inverted commas stars on YouTube like Brie Larson, so they get their foot in the door and trying to co-opt it as one of their own things, aren't they?
Brown to the rescue.
YouTube is YouTube, not them tube.
Yes.
Well, you see, with everything. Okay, let's just start from the beginning, right? So, in the beginning 80s, people started making independent films. Suddenly, Hollywood realized there was money in independent films. We had Clerks, we had all these independent films that came out, right? Then Hollywood was like, we can't have this. We've got to try and monopolize this, and they did. So they started creating their own subsection of their own studios, like Fox Searchlight and stuff like that.
So it's like indie labels and music,
Exactly, and they started brought in all these independent filmmakers, and then they took over the independent.
Corporate-owned independent.
Exactly.
Independent.
And then Disney bought everything.
Sundance Film Festival was one of the very first independent, and now it's not. It's basically influenced.
It's a shame.
By it's what I'm saying. So, that's the way it goes, I guess.
Oh, it's like even alternative comics from the 1980s. That now the establishment. That's pretty much the way it goes. Everything's
Marvel had
circular.
Epic, so yes. Precedent has been set.
I saw Richard Curtis on TV, and he was talking about cinema, and he was going, "We must bring back cinema. Cinema is for the community and stuff like that." And I was thinking to myself, "Yeah, you're freaking idiot. You're a middle class, upper class twat that doesn't allow people like me in the industry. So why should I support your cause? You can kiss my ass." Yeah, that's what I thought when I saw this advert. But I have every right to think that, though, because every time I tried to get into the industry, it was either because I wasn't the right color, I wasn't the right class, and it was all that shit. So now when I see people on TV, people that I admired a long time ago, I just kind of just cough now and just go my own way, and maybe it's best that I do, really. Do you know what I mean? Instead of faffing around trying to get into the TV industry, the film industry.
That fucking hates you.
Yeah, exactly.
He's not bitter.
Yeah. I'm not bitter. I'm not bitter at all. I'm just telling you the facts because
I know you are, mate.
I mean, Lee knows this more than me. He's dipped his toe into the film and TV business, and they've never treated you right, have they? In fact, they've never treated Keith right, and he's part of
there is no health and safety on. They claim there is. Health and safety. Look, they will put you through anything just to get that shot. Trust me. Like I've seen people like 90 years old if a day being forced to run or stand in rain and twist their ankles or get pneumonia, and they don't care.
Lady Proxima, social distancing, 20 foot, please. Lady Proxima, don't stand so. Anyway.
Yes.
Yes. Lee, have you just done extras in film? That's all you've done on the kind of film level, then? Nothing else? Right, and as we know, Solo lost money.
Your dream was to be an actor, wasn't it? Just like a work.
Well, I've had many dreams, none of which transpired. I wanted to do music, I wanted to do acting, I wanted to do writing, I wanted to do, master of nothing.
Maybe you should have just chose one.
Yeah, that's the thing. But you kind of discover new things, you get excited about that. The other thing wanes, and that's sometimes the way things are, I can't say I regret it because I never fucking had it. So that's the thing. I enjoyed doing what I did.
I got close.
Yeah, got close a few times as well. I've been. The thing is, I've been scuppered not through my own stupidity, but because people tend to feel threatened if you're doing something good and better than them, and they do everything in their power to prevent you from getting where you're getting. I've seen it happen, not just to me, I've seen it happen to other people as well. So I know it does happen. You know, and I've seen it. It has happened to me a number of times. I've come that fucking close, and then boom, you know, someone pulls the drawbridge up, and that's it.
It's life, mate.
What can you do?
It's fucking life, isn't it? It's fucking life. You've got to be in the right place at the right time a lot of the time, and it's who you know.
No, not even that. Not even that. I used to believe that, but not even that. Because when I look back now, I realised that the door was always closed. So, so you know, that's the thing. It's not about being in the right place at the right time. It's about being the right class born in the right class system, but also, you know, having your mother or father or your daughter, you know, in the industry to get anywhere. And it's always been that way. It's always been that way, sure.
Yeah, and you always have to rely on other people to get you there, and people make all sorts of promises and things, and then you hold them to that, and then it's you find out these people are often full of shit, you know, or they're not what they say they are, but then they're like manahing and making all sorts of promises because because it's nothing to them. You know, your life is fuck all to them. That's the way it is.
Cockney, we've got a message in from our number one. Can you see it?
Yeah, no, by awkwardly, does he mean thankfully?
No. The stream is very flat.
Are you drinking? You must be drinking tea or something.
Yeah, Earl Grey tea hot.
There you go.
I'm content just to listen. You know, there are other voices apart from my own, you know.
Yeah, but you're usually interrupting us.
Exactly. Boom.
Oh.
These streams hang on your energy, mate, and I'm finding that out.
Now, this stream hangs on his energy, then you're in trouble, pal. That's all I can say.
That's why I can tell. Matthew's nodded off.
No, I'm still here, mate. I'm still here.
What are we supposed to be talking about? Don't you have a plan, Mr. Brown?
What
when
trouble?
You do these things?
Plan?
Yeah, a plan.
What's one of those?
I see.
He's playing it by Final Frontier.
Do you have a plan?
I always have a plan. Always.
We know.
Schemer.
A gardener or an architect, sir?
Well, you know what I am.
Find out in Right Club.
You know
my plan was 5 minutes of KK bollocks, which we've done.
Well,
and then,
if you want to talk about KK, as I said,
no, it's done. We're finished now.
Oh, okay. I'll stop it.
Thank God. Thank God. I watched. Speaking of Lee wanting to be an actor, I watched the first 3 episodes of Barry.
Oh, I love that show. Was I the one who recommended it to you, wasn't I?
You may have been, yes. And,
I think I was.
Generously supplied by somebody on the stream. Thank you.
Did you like it?
I did.
So.
I tell you what I'm having problem with at the moment over it. It's got Declan Donnelly.
What?
Ant McFarland in the lead.
It's not. What are you talking about? That's not.
You know, Anton Deck. It looks like Anton Deck.
No, what? Bill Hayden.
Yeah.
No, he doesn't.
Yes, he
your
does.
Glasses on, pal.
He does. He looks like a taller. It is.
Somebody pull up Bill Hayden and Deck, where his name is, McFarlane, where his name is.
Apart from it looks like he looks taller, a little bit more well built, and a little bit more hair.
He looks nothing like him. I don't know who you're looking at. I don't know what kind of quality you had when you were watching that show, but he absolutely looks nothing like him.
Well, my laptop is fucked, and I wasn't wearing my glasses, so that might be the problem.
I recommend Barry, guys. You should watch it. It's very, very good.
I will also. I'm going to watch it. It's promising. For the peeps at home, Ian, what's Barry about?
It's about a hitman who is very, very disheartened on his job, and he gets a job that he has to kill an actor, and he follows him to this theater, and he gets mistaken for one of the actors, and the teacher calls him on stage, and he performs, and he's terrible. But after he performed, he suddenly realized that there was more to life than just killing people, and he realized that he wanted to be an actor. So he wants out of the hitman game, and he's trying to convince his handler that he wants to, because his handler obviously doesn't want to let him go because he's really good at his job. So he's trying to be an actor. And it's very, very funny, and it's very, very moving, and it's very, very dark in places. And
they are very
can't
similar
say
jobs, aren't they?
Yeah, well, yeah, I guess.
I mean, one's all about stabbing people in the back, and the other one's the assassination game.
But listen, right, I'm not going to give anything away. I'm telling you guys, you should watch this show. You'll be laughing, then you'll be shocked, and then you'll be laughing again, and then you'll be sad. That's the kind of emotions that you get in Barry, especially season 1. Season 2 was just as good as season 1, but season 1 just has the edge.
And when was this made?
About 4 years ago.
Yes, 2017. There's 4. I had a look on Internet Movie Database. 4 series, only 2 have been made.
Yes, yeah, 2 seasons.
I would
Only
imagine Coof has got something to do with it.
After 4 years, what?
No. Well, yeah, basically they were meant to make a 3rd season because it was so successful, and then the coup happened. But you gotta look deep, man, when you're looking for good shows. I'm telling you, he got coofed, yeah. But it's got Bill Hayden. He's in Saturday Night Live. He's
I've seen him in that. Yeah.
So he plays the main. He plays Barry. So seriously, I recommend it.
If it's not woke, I'm all over it. That'd be great.
It's an HBO presentation.
Yeah.
Home box
it's not
office.
woke at all. It's not woke at all.
Where is it streaming?
I don't know, because I got it.
Somebody sent me it.
I sailed the 7 seas to get it. So,
well, like a pirate.
Blu-ray? Is it on Blu-ray?
I'm assuming it's out on Blu-ray or DVD or something. But
I like Blu-ray.
I've got seasons 1 and 2. I mean, if you want to watch it, I could send you the episodes if you want, Lee. If you want.
Yeah, I'd like to check it out.
Yeah, I can send, and Cockney if you want to watch. Well, you haven't got it.
I'll get a Blu-ray. I'll have a look.
Yeah,
for the Blu-ray for me. Back in my day, so we had little Blu-ray.
Matt, did you send me emails, Matt?
I did, mate. Yeah, WeTransfers.
It's you that sent me. Sorry, because today.
Yeah, I had to work that out as well because I actually had those comic books physically. We through. Yeah, so it's kind of like, oh, that's a nice surprise. I've got them somewhere, but it was good. Nice.
Barry seems to be in the perfect duration of an episode at the moment. Each episode is 30 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Which seems to be the kind of Hollywood thing at the moment, isn't it? 30 minutes.
Well, they were the first to do it. Obviously, before all this 30 minutes bollock started. So Barry was it not 2017? It came out. So
right,
they wanted it to be short. So there you go.
The Ash versus the Evil Dead was kind of like that as well.
Yeah, that's another great series. I recommend that too.
Love that. And there's another one similar to that. What is it called? Something versus.
Resident Evil, Resident Alien.
No,
Resident Alien.
Cockney, you need caffeine.
I'm out of milk. Emergency. Out of milk.
This stream needs your energy in it, my friend.
But you said stop.
Have you got any blue milk? Ask Luke Skywalker to get
blue titty milk.
Yeah, blue titty milk over here. Pint of. Thank you. Yeah, so tea or grey hot at the moment. Lovely. I'll tell you what though. Thing is, we've got to make our own stuff. Got to make your own. Got to write your own trilogies, people. That's the way it's going.
Yeah, it is. What's the point of holding on to things that people are destroying and turning it into some kind of stupid political agenda rubbish? No point, really, isn't.
Well, that's what I'm doing anyway. Just writing a novel because I'm sick of all this woke crap going on. And if you don't do it yourself, no one else is. No one's going to do it at all, are they? So you've got to do it.
Yeah, I agree. Totally agree.
Yep.
Do you think the world is at a crossroads?
Stand against evil. Did you ever watch that? Stan Against Evil?
No, is that any good?
Yeah, that was really funny. If you like Ash versus the Evil Dead, you're gonna love Stan Against Evil. He's a really non-PC character, so you get all these sort of woke tropes in there, and he's just taking a piss out of it. It's really, really good.
Is that a new one?
I'm looking it up now. Stan Against Evil, 2016.
Yeah. That's
there you go, Matt. Your boys are in
this, mate.
Hail Ecabase.
Really good. And it should have gone on for longer. It's only 3 seasons, but it should have gone on longer, in my opinion. And it's got John C. McGinley as Stanley Miller, former sheriff. It's so bizarre and silly. It's good fun. Really good fun. Highly recommend that.
Did anybody see Future Man?
Yeah, I saw a couple of episodes.
That was half hour.
Yeah, it didn't really grab me because it's on Amazon and it's Amazon Prime, so it's free. Well, kind of free, I guess. So, and I watched a couple of episodes and it didn't really grab me, so I stopped watching it. It's the same thing with that one with Nick Frost as well. That one was I watched all of it.
I got through it. Yeah, it gets better. It gets better actually as it goes along.
It's not been given season 2 because it didn't do very well. So
yeah, I don't think it did very well, but it was actually quite good.
But you can see why it didn't do very well. I mean, look, right?
I like the characters. The characters are good.
Well, we're I mean, the normies, they like to see normal things like, a square-jawed hero, a good-looking woman, and good-looking men fighting evil and stuff. I mean, that's the basics, right?
I don't know. Space was successful. Space was successful, and that was, geeky. Not.
Yeah,
different time though, mate.
Yeah, you've got to measure what's successful though. I mean, out of Space and Friends, there's a different level of success. Friends. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. But you look at that picture from that show with Nick Frost. You got Nick Frost, a big fat guy with a big beard and a Benny hat, and you got the black guy that just he's overweight and not really good looking. Let's face it. And you got a woman that looks like a boy. Do you know what I mean? So I mean, that image just there. I mean, I hate to say it, but my brother looked at it and he went, "No, I'm not watching that." Do you know what I mean? I'm just saying that the basic things that attract people to shows are good-looking people.
You've got Malcolm McDowell in it.
He's old.
I know, but he's brilliant.
He's funny,
he killed Captain Kirk.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. That's what I'm saying. I don't understand where shows is going these days. It's really weird how. And also I've got a friend named Izzy, and she's a model. She's like this tall blonde model. She's really gorgeous, and she's finding hard to get work. I mean, a couple of years ago, she was finding work left, right, and centre. And now Vogue wants fat women with freckles.
Wow.
On
their face. Tell her Mr. Brown's looking for a wife.
Skinny, skinny.
You're my wife now.
I'm just saying things are changing, and it's not changing for the good. You know what I mean? And it's not like people are supporting this stuff because nobody's. If you see a post
before they get better,
that's what I'm saying. I don't understand why they're trying this. Do you think it's going to work? I don't think so. So
because people in Hollywood, they surround themselves not only with yes men, but like they align themselves with this political class who don't care. It's all about scorched earth. We're going to educate you or die. It's just mental. The whole thing's mental. These people are crazy.
I watched a Dave Cullen video the other day, one of his last ones, December.
What on YouTube?
Yeah, I thought it
forever.
Yeah, I thought it'd gone, but
yeah, on BitChute. He's on BitChute and Odyssey.
Right. He was basically saying Batwoman is Hollywood trolling us.
Yeah, I think it is.
Definitely. Don't two ways about it.
It's just like Star Trek Discoveries. They're trolling Star Trek fans. Ryan Johnson's trolling Star Wars fans.
How is trolling like commercially viable?
Yeah.
It's just not. So are they shooting themselves in the foot just so they can go, "Yahoo sucks to you"?
Yeah, it's Kathleen Kennedy's. Her motivation is basically just sticking it to the man, isn't it? I think that's her MO.
Well, good luck with that, love.
Yeah, and all these idiots are buying into it and convincing themselves that their output is actually
it's morally superior mentality. It's sanctimony, pure sanctimony. Well, it is, and if you want to, if you think you can monetize that vengeful bullshit, then all power to you. I won't be buying it.
It's like those women that used to help in the the racing, with they used to have those women at the track, didn't they? The sexy women at the track, and then and
the feminists lost them their jobs.
Yeah, they all lost their jobs.
And, grid girls,
darling.
Yeah.
If you could monetize sanctimony, I'd have done it long ago. All right.
Jesus, what did you say? You sound drunk.
If you could monetize, I said, if you could monetize being sanctimonious, I'd have done it long ago. Made $1 million overnight. All right.
Because I'm better than you.
Yeah, I can sanctimonize with the best of them. Monetize it. Brilliant idea. Let's do that. Come, Kathleen. We have much to discuss.
Cynical Lindsay's in. Hello, Cynical.
Lindsay's here. Good.
Yeah, she said same. Yeah, grid girls. Cockney, come on, what's up with you? You're very subdued. What's wrong, my friend?
Time is it there,
how dare you listen?
How very dare you? I'm listening. I know.
I'm just not interrupting. That's what fucking.
Well, that's why we're suspicious. Like, what the fuck is going on?
What is going on? You're not interrupting. Oh, come on.
It's called impulse.
You're either hot or fucking cold, you aren't you?
Why people tune in?
What, 3 people? You mean? Those 3 people that tune in, you mean? Yeah.
No, we can all talk without interrupting.
I can fall out very quickly with you, Ian.
Hey, Mr. Brown, we're in double figures again. I just saw an 11 on there.
Oh no!
I'm seeing 9, and one of them me.
We're all the 10,000 viewers in YouTube land are waiting for our friend Cockney to
interrupt.
Awesome. Yeah, exactly. Is that my friend? Can I not talk without interrupting? Come on, let's just wait one's turn. What kind of barbaric world are we in?
Is it because
the huge manatee?
You're the co-host, Cockney. You're the guy on the couch.
He's number 2. The team. He's
number 2.
Number 2.
I've even said to him,
number 2.
He's
number 2.
You're all talking over each other.
I know.
You're all interrupting. Look, I'll tell you what, Brown. Times
go on,
this, do you know what I wish? I wish I were a damn ranker. Like,
he's in his Zulu phase.
It's a way of life. Cockney Zulu trilogy coming soon.
Is that before or after the Blade Runner book?
Oh yeah, during. No, after. That's coming.
It'll come out at the same time as Nerdrotic's Picard review.
You wait and see. I said Q1. It'll be Q1, sir. Don't you worry about that. The book's written. You wrote it.
Yeah, but which Q1? Which year?
Q1 this year. 5 weeks left. Don't you worry. Pay money now or pay more later.
Did anybody have any pancakes yesterday then?
No, I was thinking about it today. I can't be honest.
I struggled to get out of bed yesterday, let alone
publishing.
For Lent, I gave up bothering.
That's what it is. Pancakes. Cockney Spock, you've given up interrupting for Lent.
There you go. Impulse control, sir. Can be done.
Impulse control, sir.
The damn rankers can do it, so can we.
What are the damn rankers?
You know, the NCOs, the conscripts, the old crimson, your battalion, basically. What? Never mind.
You sound drunk, mate. And I thought I was drunk last time when I was on.
Exactly.
This is split personality.
He says it like it's a bad thing. It's your way of life. It's what you do. I would have done, but that's your corner, sir. What?
This doesn't sound like you, though.
Exactly.
And that's what worries me.
You're surprised, aren't you?
Well, he's not Cockney Spock today. He's some pith helmet wearing red coat, isn't he?
Haven't got the range.
Turncoat,
darling. Exactly. Well, which side are you on?
I'm on the side of right.
Right. Of course you are, Brown. Right. Bayonets on. Come on. Hip, hip.
I was listening to Spockney's solo live stream from last week sometime. And it literally is like verbal diarrhea completely. I couldn't get a thought in edgeways. I was out listening to it when I was out running, and you're just constant, like full on. And
half speed. Got to play it half speed, then listen to it twice. sinks in after a while.
Cockney,
though, doesn't it?
Cockney and I yesterday, literally 35 days of streaming 2 to 4 hours a day. We were just burnt out, weren't we? So
is that why you had an early night?
Long time to go there sleeping, old bean.
But as I said, if your sleep pattern dictates you want to go to bed at 2 a.m. in the morning, but you go to bed at 10 p.m., you're lying there for 4 hours awake, which is shit. So
yeah, that is shit. Yeah, you desperately want to do something and you can't because you think if I do something, I'll wake myself up even more.
Yeah. That's my life.
Oh,
right there. Oh, it's so depressing.
I think the sleep patterns are all over the place. Just it's not good. It's not good.
No. Sometimes they go like two days awake. Half a day of sleep, 2 days awake, half a day of sleep. It's crazy.
I'm up all hours at the moment because I'm writing. So I'm, when you get on a flow, you can't put it down because you think, I've just got to add this bit in. I've just got to put this bit. I've just got to add this paragraph. Oh, that gives me another idea. I need to put this bit in. And before you know it, 2 hours have gone by. You start to get light outside, and you think, oh, well, there goes the night. If I put my head down now, I'll be up at 2 in the afternoon.
Exactly. It's
but I'm trying to get this book done because I want Coach and Nick to read it. So, it's got to be done.
Nice. Yeah, I'm working on a script, a short script.
I was going to say, Matt, for the new folks in the chat, what are you writing? What book are you writing?
It is, at the moment, it is a Star Wars novel, an alternate episode 8/9. So it's a complete sidestep to what we got in the cinema. Because the motivation for making it was too many people said to me, like, well, why don't you go and write your own then? So I thought, all right, I will. It can't be that hard, can it? It actually is quite hard, but I think I've done a better job than Rian Johnson and J.J. Abrams.
Well, a chimp at a typewriter could probably do that.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that you're in any way a simian with a typewriter, but
I'm not far off.
So, have you wrote a full episode yet, or
a full episode?
Well, you said you were
full movies
effectively a full film. Have you wrote a full film yet?
Yeah, I've done about a film and 3/4.
Wow.
Yeah.
And how long has that taken you?
Oh, well, I started in February 2018.
Wow.
But that was just noting down notes and stuff. That was just like preliminary ideas. But it's kind of the whole process. If you condensed it all, it's probably taken about 18 months.
And I assume Luke Skywalker's in.
Oh, very much, yeah. And I think what really annoys me is when they were planning out the Disney tragedy on paper, and Luke Skywalker, they were writing Luke Skywalker out of it because they were worried that he was going to overpower all the other characters and take too much screen presence away from the others, and he was going to be the focus of everyone's attention, and they knew that their characters weren't going to be able to compare to him. And it's like, well, of course, it's just Luke Skywalker. What do you expect? You have to write everything around Luke Skywalker. But with a little bit of creative imagination, you can actually create something with a character like that and make him compelling and not overpowered, and bring him down to the level of everyone else without kind of making him this sort of all-powerful superhero. So, all it took me was just a little bit of oblique thinking. And I've managed to kind of get around that and make him more of an underdog again, rather than this super powerful, all-powerful being that can do everything anywhere at any time. So, do
you think the interest is still alive now after all that's been happening lately, like within that fandom? Is there still a pocket of fandom that thirsts
resistance?
The resistance.
There always will be. Yeah, there always will be. It won't. A lot of fans are gonna kind of say, I'm done with Star Wars. I'm done with it. I never want to watch anything again. They've ruined it.
But that's what everyone who's upset ever says.
But they say that, but they don't necessarily mean that fully, because it's always going to live in their heads, and they're always going to have the merchandise and stuff. Not necessarily from the new stuff, but they're always going to have their original stuff.
Well, it's the same with Doctor Who. People, disenfranchised from the TV show tend to fan audios or fan stuff, or fan novels or Big Finish to get their fix.
Yeah, that's right. Sadly, I think Big Finish have kind of gone off the rails now, haven't they?
Oh, totally. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
They've gone woke, haven't they?
There's a good friend of mine who's like full on into Doctor Who. I mean, we used to watch it when we were 4-year-olds, used to love it. And he's always been fully into Big Finish, and just all the Big Finish stories were canon to him. And he's completely pissed off with everything that's going on and what's happened with Big Finish. Big Finish was like the last bastion of what was, of true Doctor Who, and that's just gone the way of woke as well. And it's kind of like, where do we go now?
They got infested by the Doctor Who feminist front, and it's like they just can't allow us to have anything. It's like, oh, they like that still, so we must have that and break their toys. It's this triumphalist mentality. It's so bizarre to me. It's like, why do you hate people so much that you feel you absolutely must destroy everything? Because
let's not talk about Doctor Who, man. We always talk about Doctor Who. We know what's wrong with it. It's pointless going round in a circle all the time about it.
Well, no, I'm just drawing parallels between what was going on in that fandom with that fandom. Just to try and understand the thirst for independent fan content. I think it's important to address that in correlation, so other people from different fandoms might understand it in a different lens.
There's always like a pocket of people that are going to keep it alive and be fans with and discuss it with each other, and they're never going to let it go. They're never going to let it just disappear into the ether. There's always going to be a certain amount of people there.
You wouldn't let it lie.
Pockets of resistance.
Even if people sort of admit or declare that nope, that's it, I'm done with Star Wars, it's crap, I hate it. When they're faced with something new and interesting that isn't to do with Disney's woke agenda and is an alternative and might actually be written fairly competently, then they might be inclined to read it and get involved with it. So I'm not really writing it to be successful and have legions and legions of people read it. I'm writing it for myself and people that want a good end to the story and don't want to settle with what we've got. I just want to give people an alternative if they want to read it. That's all.
I think that's the best way, really, is to write it for yourself. The thing is, it's
a bit of therapy as well.
It is. It also
very, very much is. I'll tell you that. Yeah.
Today, it's pointless trying to be part of that club, the club that's poisoned now. Might as well just write what you know, what you like, and if somebody likes what you like, then
treat it like the bitch it is and ignore it.
Well, as I said, the key is to make stuff. It's not that you shouldn't focus on it trying to get out there. You shouldn't focus on trying to get into the industry or anything like that. The key is to make something that you want to make and just carry on doing that, and hopefully you'll get noticed. I mean, the chance of getting noticed is very slim, but what other alternative do you have?
Yeah, the motivation is the passion and and your sense of fun. They're the two things that are needed. The main ingredients. It's like what I was saying to Cockney and Mr. Brown the other day. He's woken up. Bloody hell! They were saying to me, "Wow, you've got loads of subscribers on Twitter." And I went, "Have I? I don't know. I never look. As soon as you start
the
looking
arrogance.
And statistics, then it's all over.
Hubris.
It's all gone. The fun and the passion's gone. If you're looking at numbers in it, then forget it. That you're not a fan anymore. You're turned into an automaton straight away.
Well,
and you're all about.
Lindsay says, when it comes to Star Wars, I'm sticking with the original trilogy and the extended universe. And for me, Star Wars ended at Return of the Jedi, and nothing has changed my mind since.
Absolutely.
Matt, in your book,
who cares then?
I care.
I don't care about Star Wars at all.
Yeah, but you don't. But many millions of people do.
That's their mistake, isn't it? They're caring about something they don't have any control of, and then getting upset when they change it or put politics in there and stuff like that. Real fans, have to learn to let it go, and just carry on with their lives instead of making. It upset them so much. I mean, look at Noel.
Well, I don't know if you buy something from the shop, and if you buy something from the shop, let's say, or a subscription to something, and it turns to shit, do you just keep paying for it? Do you keep?
You let it go. You stop paying for it, and you let it go. You walk away.
Don't go back.
You don't go back.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of fans would have found that a lot easier if they weren't duped and fooled into.
But you have that emotional connection to something, especially if it's something that you grew up with, from childhood. It's like like your favorite toy gets broken by someone and goes, "Oh, you can't have that anymore." Takes it out of your hand and goes, And it's the facetious attitude about it as well.
Yeah,
This kind of triumphalism.
I think you have to learn to walk away. You have to
I don't know.
away.
When I get bullied, and I was bullied a lot at school.
So was I.
You have to. Yeah, and I think you can't walk away. You have to stand up to them. And I think that's important.
The best way is not to be there. That's the key.
I get where you're
coming from. You take your money elsewhere.
Watch something else. Watch something else.
I get where Mega Geek is coming from there, but from the perspective of someone like Star Wars Theory, who Star Wars is so deeply ingrained in his life because it got him through a seriously dark part.
Totally.
It's almost impossible to step away and turn your back on it.
No, it isn't. That's the thing. It isn't impossible. He can do it, but he chooses not to. That's the big difference. So if he chooses not to, then yes, suffer the.
You're still holding on.
Look, mate. If he chooses not to, then yes, suffer the slings and stones and arrows and stuff. Do you know what I mean?
Let go, Luke. Let go.
Look, people can do it, but the thing is, though,
I don't know why they should have to, though. That's the issue. I understand what you're saying that they don't own it, but when it's something that's so woven in with the DNA of the culture that it really kind of does belong to everyone.
Disney know that. Disney know
they know that, and they abuse that position.
They do know it because that's why they're relying on everyone to buy into it, no matter how good or bad it is. Because
it's a game of submission. It's a game of submission. You will buy this, you will like it, and we don't care what you say. We're going to keep putting this out, and you will take it, and you will like it. We'll fuck you up the arse, and you will take it and take it and take it.
You're literally saying that. And yet you're taking it from them.
Very heated.
I'm not. As I said, Return of the Jedi was the last.
That's good. But the thing is, you're not holding on to it. Are you not? You're not trying to. You're not crying.
Doctor Who. I hold on to the classic era. I'm quite willing to sacrifice the entirety of New Who.
In other words, you're walking away, which is good.
But my love for it hasn't diminished. I'm angry. Yes, I'm very angry about what's happened with it. Shit. I'm not willing to simply just go, right, you win, I'm done.
No, but they don't. But look, you're getting it.
We have to punish
they haven't.
In ways.
Lee, they haven't won. You can see they haven't won.
The problem is channels say don't watch it, but then there's channels who they say, oh, we'll still cover it.
Well, that's their job to cover it, I guess. What I'm saying is that as a fan,
if everybody just walks away from it, fans and commentators, what have they got then? They've got nothing.
No, look,
normies.
Look, the normies have walked away from it. Hence the viewing figures on the last one. But as I said, right, I'm not. I'm a huge fan of Doctor Who. Ever since I was a kid, I loved Doctor Who, and just like you, Lee, I got beaten up for it at one point. But still, I'm not willing. I'm not going to make this thing upset me. I'm not going to be like Noel and talk about it every moment or every single stream, whatever. I'm going to let it go because it really doesn't belong to me, and the Doctor Who I know still lives in my heart, and that's it. I mean, what's the point of even arguing with these people? Just let them have it, and then they'll just dig themselves their own graves, and that's it.
How's that special coming?
What special? Are you talking about the Doctor Who fan trailer?
Yeah.
I keep telling you, I'm shooting in end of April. There's a locked-in date there, and I have my actor and I have my special effects guy that's going to be working on it. I've got my cameras. I've got I'm just ready for it, basically.
So Mega Geek's doing the right thing there. He's creating instead of being negative and harping on about how bad something is.
Yeah,
he is creating.
I'm doing my own audio.
There you go.
My own audio short Doctor Who drama thing.
I think if you are creating, if you are actually making something and you are being positive and productive, I think that gives you the right to criticize something, because not only are you
doing something about it.
Yeah, not only are you doing something and creating something potentially better, but you've got that. You can say that how bad something is in comparison, and you're creating something that you can put out there and say, look, this is what it should be like, instead of just sitting there and sort of watching everything and hating on everything and just disappearing into this hole of negativity. You're actually putting that energy into making something and birthing something out that could be far better. And then once people do see that, then they can say, oh, I see what you're getting about. I see what you're getting at now. Things can be better. You know, there are certain people out there with better talent, better writers, and we should put our energy and our focus on them rather than being negative about
this. This is the way.
Boom. Yeah. See, everyone's making something. Is that right, Mr. Brown?
Am I?
Listen, right? Seriously, I do not want to make. I'm completely honest with you. I really do not want to make a Doctor Who fan film, right? But I've been badgered by a lot of people. Right? But no, hold on.
You lying piece
no.
Have you seen in the MC in the chat has just come up with this little comment? Can you see it?
That's nice of him. Who's MC?
A fan.
No, what I'm saying is that
don't fuck it up, otherwise he'll turn on you.
I just look for there's two reasons. There's two reasons why I'm going to make if I end up making a Doctor Who fan film. One is because it'll be a good thing to put in my show reel. That's one good thing. Mm-hmm. Second thing is that I just want the experience of seeing how difficult it is to actually make an episode of Doctor Who and to actually do something that people like. Because I'm pretty sure it was really difficult for the Moff to do it. And all the other the showrunners to do it. So I just want to put myself in that place and see how difficult it is. Because after all, life is about experience, isn't it? About experiencing things. And this is what I want to do. So if I do it, that's the reason why to do it. I'm not doing it because my heart's stuck in Doctor Who and I've always wanted to do this, blah, 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 blah. No. I just want to see how difficult it is to make something that's kind of accepted by people. If it's not accepted, I throw my hands in the air like I just didn't care and then walk away. So, that's what I would do. But I mean, whatever.
You're
whatever.
So 80s. I love it.
But, I mean, it's just like you writing that book, isn't it, Matt? So you feel the need to do it.
I feel like I've got a story that should be told that I wish had been told on the screen, that could have been told, and it's kind of like this thing just is living inside me and it won't die. I've got to put it down on paper and let people read it. And why not? There's people out there that I think that if I enjoy it, then other people will as well.
Yeah.
There's no reason to just throw it away in my mind and never follow up on it. So why not put that creative energy out there?
Yeah.
Has anybody read any of your book yet?
I have a few friends that have, and I've had very positive feedback so far. Yeah.
Yeah. He said in the other live stream that he's given it to people to read. I remember you saying that, Matt. So yeah. I mean, Godspeed, and I wish you all the best for it. I'd love to read it. But that's what I'm saying. It's all about creating now. It'd be nice to make money on it. Yeah. Yes. Right. But for me, as a creator, I feel I need to create. Otherwise, what's the point of having this so-called talent?
I think it's good as well because I think it's good as well because you're also kind of using that as the more people who do that, the more people who explore their creativity in this period where we're served steaming piles of shit on a platter, that we embarrass the living shit out of them by showing them what their audience that they patronize on a day-to-day basis can do for themselves, and show, well, fuck you, we don't need you. You are irrelevant.
Absolutely. Yeah, I
agree.
But
I mean, that is probably the biggest pressure tactic any of us could use, rather than simply, complaining as Ian says, that if we show them up,
which one are they going to listen to more? The
care,
pitching or the actual,
Well, I think their egos will take it into account because they are egotistical, and I think that if they're faced with true talent, I think there's nothing more anathema to them than something that shows them up.
Have they got talent though?
Mr. Brown, I've just sent you a picture via Twitter. Could you put it up for me, please?
Of an anathema.
I just heard him sigh. Oh no!
I'll try.
Offer it to the gods.
It will blow up.
No, put it.
It will blow up.
Put it. Go on.
Indeed, the temple of anathema.
Give it a shot. Give it a shot. Put nothing else on screen. Try that. Just try that.
Do it.
Talk amongst yourselves.
You put a good comment up on the screen from Alpha Omega earlier on, saying not everyone is a creator. I think if you've been watching something for 40 years, you have a right to express your opinions on a show if you don't think it's along the right path. And
Yeah,
it's got a
you
point
do.
because
Yeah.
people that have been a fan of something for that long have invested so much in it, not just emotion but money, you know, and they kind of do have an invested stake.
Not only that, but it can
the
point out to the
vegans.
normies and the people out there who probably are sitting there just consuming and not really thinking about it, and saying, "Look, guys, you're being sold a piss poor imitation here. Look, flags, and get people to think, well, actually, yeah, I'm being abused. You know, it is an abusive relationship with Hollywood right now.
Yeah.
And I think it is kind of incumbent upon people with a bit of intellect and a bit of nous to point these things out. And if you're not a creative and you are looking for something different, then you are also drawing attention away from Hollywood and saying there is a solution.
Yeah,
there are these other people doing stuff.
Absolutely. I think Ian's got his head screwed on right though, Mega Geek, because I've studied the I've studied the law of attraction, and it's about turning away from things you don't like.
Someone's read The Secret.
Yeah, and turning toward giving positive energy to the stuff you do like or you do want. And you know, basically his theory is to stop complaining and give up the things that are making you feel bad. Essentially, you know, things like Star Trek Discovery and Picard and Kathleen Kennedy's Star Wars,
the toxic relationship. Yeah,
the toxic relationship. Exactly. Yeah, the domestic abuse or whatever. You know, you've got to turn your back on it, move on to other things that are more positive. And I totally get that philosophy. It's true. It's absolutely true. But I think there are shades of grey when it comes to things like pop culture that you followed for 40 years that, you know, you're invested in multiple ways. It's not quite black and white, and you can't quite just shrug it off, you know.
It's kind of like the our modern day myths and legends. These stories that have a legacy about them. You know, Star Wars is definitely a legacy thing, and these people have come in and desecrated it. And can you imagine someone coming along and desecrating the myth of Arthur or Lord of the Rings, are like they're going to do, or any of these grand stories, like someone coming along and rewriting Shakespeare or rewriting Oscar Wilde and just pissing on it and just going, that's how it is now. Deal with it. I mean, people wouldn't stand for that, and nor should they. And, I think it is kind of incumbent upon people to protect these legacies rather than just allow these desecrations to just go on unchallenged.
There you go. What do you reckon of that then?
I like it.
Screwdriver.
I like it a lot. I like it a lot. I like
it. I'm trying to get that made.
There's similar to one I saw from a bunch of prop makers called Arcane Armory. And they did a Sonic with a very similar emitter head like that, but it had a little purpley glass emitter, and it was made out of copper and bronze. It was beautiful. Yeah, it's very similar style, actually.
Yeah, so this is my doctor's sonic screwdriver, and so the color is gonna be red. So his color is red because Matt's was green and David's was blue. So I've decided my doctor's color is red. So that's why I decided to go for the red glow and the red handle.
Like it.
So yeah, so it's
LED bar of
intensity. No, this is just something I designed. It's not real. I actually, did it on Photoshop. So it's not been
Photoshop.
Yeah, I did it on Photoshop. Yeah.
Nice, man. Nice.
Yeah. So
props to you, my friend.
Yes, it's not real. I got some inspiration from Luke's lightsaber.
Yeah, right.
So the red bit in the middle there, that's on Luke's lightsaber. You know that he has that thing, doesn't he? There,
the activator switch. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not red though. It's black.
Yeah.
And I think black at the bottom. So that's what I'm saying. So I wanted my sonic screwdriver to look very different to the others. I still think Matt's one is the best design ever. I love Matt's.
I've got one of those. Yeah, that's the only Sonic I've got. Although I love the Fourth Doctor's one. The round emitter and
it was great. Wasn't it?
Yeah, but it's very 70-ish, isn't it? With the little thing.
I think it's a classic design that
Yeah,
I love Matt's as well.
I do like I've always sort of thought that Doctor Who and steampunk go hand in hand, no matter what era, no matter what era it's set in.
I love the
yes. Oh God, yes. That's one thing I loved about the Tennant era was that Christmas episode where there was the other guy that thought he was the Doctor, and he kind of absorbed his memory engrams, hadn't he? Yeah. And the look of that whole episode was just wonderful. I was just thinking, man, he should have like a home base set in Victorian London. Instead of present day, it should be set in Victorian London, and he goes off from there, and you could have a horse-drawn horse and carriage for him and all these other things, maybe a hot air balloon. Yeah, that's right. That'd be great. And just make it steampunk as possible. Make it very sci-fi steampunk.
There was a what do they call it? That
steampunk.
It was a steampunk painting someone did on DeviantArt, and it's of Tom Baker's Doctor inside this massive kind of cathedral-esque TARDIS interior, massive, like with a staircase, spiral staircase, and a massive steampunk console. With all these levers and dials. It's beautiful.
Yeah,
like how it could have been.
That's one thing I loved from the TV movie. I can't remember which number Doctor he was now, but McGann.
8.
8. That TARDIS was exquisite, absolutely
exquisite.
Well,
the DeviantArt painting is kind of like, but so much better. I mean,
wow!
I'll have to send it to you on.
Link me on that one. I'd love to see that. Thanks. Yeah.
Alpha Omega.
It's hard to try and find something that will match a new Doctor Who, like the steampunk thing was done. The 19th century dress is done. So I'm desperately trying to find a new way, a new kind of tone for the Doctor.
Well, I think the Edwardian frock coat look is synonymous with.
But that's been done to death. So I'm desperately trying to find, like for instance, this sonic screwdriver. I was desperately trying to find a sonic screwdriver that didn't look like any of them that came before. And I think I've achieved it, but it's still in the spirit of Doctor Who, but it's very different to the others.
Alpha
I agree.
Omega says, so you chose to move away from the.
Oh God, yes.
Curved for her pleasure.
Yeah, but I mean that's so ugly, isn't it? That sonic screwdriver that she has is really ugly, and this is the thing about what's happening today. I'm realizing that. Not only are they trying to put the feminine agenda in there, but they're also trying to tell us that ugly is beautiful.
Well, it's postmodernism. It's postmodernism. It's the like postmodernist art, for example, is incredibly ugly. Postmodernist architecture is incredibly ugly, and postmodernist politics is incredibly ugly. And people who push these things seem incredibly ugly. It's like they deliberately make themselves ugly, and they want to make the world ugly in their own image. It's a really narcissistic, both internally and externally ugly thing.
They want to make the world sort of comply with their inadequacies rather than rather than improve themselves. They want to bring everything else down to their level.
Yeah, because it's too much like hard work. So it's easier to just badger people on Twitter 24/7.
That's the thing, you see, isn't it? That's just crazy that they want to go backwards rather than forwards. I mean, they're saying that people that are overweight, they're saying that they should celebrate their overweight. But no, you could have a heart attack if you're too overweight. Do you know what I mean? You've got to, you've got to exercise, otherwise you end up dying if you don't. And if you keep eating fatty foods.
Oh, there you go.
Well, that's because you're a bigot, Ian.
All right, thanks, mate.
Ian, comment on the screen.
Medieval Doctor Who.
No, well, that.
Cyber medieval.
See, this is the thing. This is the thing, guys. Right? It's really
Zulu
hard.
Doctor Who.
It's really
the thing is, with the Doctor, he's got to be anachronistic. He's got to be somehow out of current time. He's got to be slightly from the past and somehow from the future as well. You've got to have that mix.
Yeah,
that's the success. I think he's modern. He's post.
What about Buck Rogers, Doctor Who?
This is what I'm realizing, that it's really, really difficult to do something that the majority will like. This is what I'm discovering now, and I can just imagine how Moff went through it trying to think of new ideas.
Well, we've never had a Doctor who's like dressed or presented like from someone who seems absolutely from the future. We've had a very
God, no, you don't want that.
we've had a very modern, Doctor Who. We've got someone who like the current one is like dressed from some shit she got from a charity shop, and then we've had the Edwardian doctors, and then we had the distasteful coat doctor and such, but they've all had sort of various quirks, or apart from Eccleston's, who's quite dour really, but you've got to. He's got to have that eccentricity for it to be really good. I think I didn't like Eccleston. I think it was too simplistic and too boring.
Who's that? Chris's? Sorry, Lee. Were you talking about Chris's costume?
Yeah, I just thought. I mean, I think it worked for the time, and it worked as a jumping on point. But you have to remember he is an alien who's slightly out of sync with everything that's going on.
Gallifrey, he's got too hard.
With a northern accent.
I've been to the crunch.
Yeah, there's always a north. Every planet has a north. Apparently, every planet has an Africa and Asia as well.
I was kind of looking forward to potentially a Doctor in the future having a TARDIS, an environment that there's almost sort of retro 80s, like synthy and neon, that kind of thing. With kind
it's gone full on crystal shop in Glastonbury now, isn't it?
Yeah. I just think maybe there's a blend that could be made between steampunk and 80s synth, wave, or 80s cyber,
Spandau Ballet,
80s not new romanticism, definitely not that, no, but 80s neon kind of look and that kind of new synthy.
What about a Thompson twins look?
Well, I think Capaldi's and Matt Smith's second TARDIS interior is quite similar to that kind of thing. I mean, it had.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, for me, it looked a bit, Christmas lights stuck in there. A bit naff. But I think the idea was pretty good.
Wham! Last Christmas look.
I want a light TARDIS. Like the old one. White,
I don't know. They've never had a futuristic TARDIS, have they? I mean, like for instance, every TARDIS looks like it comes from this century.
Like it's been cobbled together.
Yes, I'm saying, but they never had a TARDIS that's so technological, way off in the future. Like, for instance, the console floating in the middle.
Have you seen?
They never had any of that, have they?
That was actually
Discovery.
The idea for Sylvester McCoy's, when they were going to go and do the
Sylvester Stallone. I'm the Doctor.
When they were going to do his last season, it never happened. They had the idea of having a floating console.
Yeah.
With the central column attached to the ceiling. But if you check, there's a YouTuber called Theta Sigma.
Yeah. I've been talking to him.
Yeah, fantastic work.
Yeah, he does.
Gorgeous.
He does it on his laptop as well.
Wow.
He doesn't have anything, he only has
fancy.
Fancy or anything like that. He does a really good job as well. He really
incredible
does
stuff.
Yeah. But the thing is, though, you can't go too much left field when it comes to the Doctor's costume. You've got to try and make it Doctorish, but also something new. And that's the trouble, you see, because
having some fun, crazy.
It's hard, really, isn't it?
Well, you can. I would say to you to look at to look at male fashion, but the sort of haute couture stuff, and then
fashion,
you can sort of
turn to the left.
See where you can go with it.
Fashion, turn to the far right.
It's far right. It's difficult. It really is difficult to try and do something that people will. Majority will like. Do you know what I mean?
It's got to be a little bit awkward. That I think that's my golden rule for the job. It's got to be a little bit awkward, a bit like head turny, but not overstating it.
I'm turning Japanese.
It's a fine balance.
Really think so. No sex, no wine, no women.
No, I agree, Lee. It's, as I said, but it's really hard to do. Really,
You'll know it when you see it. I think
anything you do, people are not going to. Some people
are you going to have
Sorry,
are you going to have a console? Are you going to do the inside of the?
No,
TARDIS?
I'm not going to do the inside. Not for the trailer. Not for the trailer. But if I do the main fan film, I'm gonna have to do one. And also,
you're too shy.
I'm going to put. I want some ideas from people as well. So today. So anyway.
Yeah,
I'll give it my best shot.
Will you have a set built, or
Hit me
would
with
you
your best shot.
PGI?
It depends on how much money I can collect from the fans.
The best
you know
things in life
So,
are free. You can give them to the birds and bees. I want money. That's what I want.
I'm going to wait till he finishes.
I had a lecture from that guy at university from the Flying Lizards.
Oh, who's that guy again?
Oh,
What's his
right.
name?
I can't remember his name now.
No, nor could I.
But it was really funny. Yeah, it was a great lecturer. That's when I was doing my sound art and design back in the day.
So, Matt, when you write in your stuff, do you plan it all out before you start writing, or do you just start writing?
Bit of both, really. I've kind of. I've got
a architects at 150.
Yeah, there we go. I've got a book with like the bare bones sort of plan for the entire thing, and then I've got other sort of word files, if you like, with notes in that sort of go into a bit more detail in certain chapters and certain acts, and then I have those in mind, and I've got like endless notepad files on my phone as well. When ideas come to me, I just go in there and store them, like names or places or things that I might have missed or things that I forgot, and I go back and then I take them from the notepad files and put them into my work later on. And it's kind of, your brain's always like on the go at some stage in some level, but when I actually come down to sit and type, it's taking the sort of the basic chunks of ideas and sort of rough passages that I may have written elsewhere, and then going into detail and adding those in proper sentence structure into the script that would look like it should look in a novel, if you know what I mean.
No, I know exactly what you mean. I mean,
proper what sentence structure? I find
it very difficult when, like, for instance, when I write and I finish something, sometimes I hear somebody say something in the street and I think it's hilarious. So I write it down and then I try and work it into the script.
Yeah, it's a good idea. This is why I listen to you guys when I'm out running, because honestly, my brain will just like spark up something. I'll go, oh, why didn't I think of that before? That character could have said that to that person.
Yeah.
Or that, and just from that little idea, then that can completely change like the next chapter of what happens, you know. And so I've got to get all this stuff down. I'm always like on the go, absorbing all this sort of stuff and listening to Problem Bean and Cockney when they're on together. And there was a good stream a few days back with Cockney and Hare Brown on as well. I'll tell you what, it's like when I'm out running, it's great because it's almost like in the situation when it's that 5 minutes before you fall asleep at night, your brain suddenly has this massive burst of creativity and you're lying there, or you want to go to sleep, but your brain wants to actually create something. I don't know if anyone else has this problem, but it's a pain in the arse because you've got the dilemma of getting up and writing something down and then waking yourself up completely and not being able to go to sleep for the next 2 hours, or go to sleep and forget it, hoping that you'll remember it in the morning, you know?
Is it even a dilemma? My God, man, what's wrong with you?
I thought of something when I haven't finished the whole of the script yet, but I thought of something in the middle of 2 o'clock in the morning, and I literally had to get up and write it on a pad. I don't have pads. I literally had to write it down. I was thinking to myself, that's really good. And in the morning when I saw it, I thought, nah, it's a shit idea.
I'll just say, Cynical Lindsay in the chat says, the Oscars have disabled comments and dislike ratio to Kate.
Yeah, what a surprise.
That's hilarious.
Who posted that on
hilarious. Yeah.
I mean, I'd learned a lot of stuff from comics when I was writing my screenplays. I've learned a lot from Frank Miller, because I was a huge Frank Miller fan at one point. I love his writing, I love his dialogue and in comics and stuff. So I was a bit influenced by him when I wrote stuff, and also influenced by the guy who wrote Lethal Weapon. I can't remember his name now.
Shane Black.
Shane Black. I was quite influenced by him when I was writing and stuff. So I guess when you write a script, it's never ever finished until you start rolling the camera, and even then it's never finished because actors will come up with some lines that you put in there. So it's never finished till it's finished.
I love the idea that it's an organic process that you can have further down the line, better ideas come in and change things.
Ian, I sent you the sonic screwdriver from Arcane Armory.
Oh, cool.
in your DMs. Yeah, it's similar emitter head. It's just that's the one I wanted.
Oh, it's thinner though, isn't it?
Yeah, but the head, if you look at you got the 3 prongs, and
that's a steampunk one though, isn't it?
Yeah, but I would have had it without the filigree work and
yeah. I totally understand that. But since whoever created this had the 3 prong, you have to start thinking again, because I don't want to do something that somebody's already done. So I'll have to start thinking again. That's the thing, you see, almost anything you think about Doctor Who, somebody's already thought about it, whether it be a fan film or in the show itself. It's difficult. It really is very difficult, As I said, I can imagine how difficult it was for the Moth to do stuff.
Who's that eating?
It's only one person. It's only one person.
It's got to be.
All right.
Exactly.
I could mute it, but you're used to it by now.
We haven't heard any percussive stirring of a mug yet.
No, that's
there we go.
I'm worried about it.
There we go. There we go.
There you go. See,
Stream's not right without that.
It's a delicate balance. If I don't say something, you'll think I've nodded off. I'm listening to all of you.
No,
I've on everything.
Are you bored? Are you bored?
No. Oh, you guys are fascinating when I let you get going.
It's funny because when you have a really good idea, it never leaves your head, and that's the thing that really annoys me. It just makes me think about it all 24/7. Then I have to write something down.
You're possessed by it. Must get it out.
I don't know. Maybe a curse. Who knows?
Blessing and a curse. It's both. It's a blessing. I've
been in situations when I'm driving. It's always when it's really awkward and it's too awkward to take things down. I'm driving and I'll be thinking of a scenario in my head just when I'm like driving over to my dad's house or something.
Definitely on the job.
Just like 10-minute drive, and I'll be thinking, that scene between Luke and Anakin or whatever. And, oh my God, yeah, people will be really sort of extremely excited to see that scenario, and what can I have them say to each other that will be really poignant and heart-rending, and then suddenly my brain will just come out with a whole load of dialogue. I'm like, this is gold. What do I do? I'm driving at 70 miles an hour. I don't know what to do. I'm gonna forget. Yeah, and I have to. It's either pull over or try and remember it by the time I get there, and it's a pain in the arse, but it's great when you do get inspiration like that, because you think, man, if I'm thinking this now and without even reading it off the page, then people are going to love this when they actually come to read it, and especially the fans, the people that truly appreciate the characters and appreciate the history. And I'm trying to sort of delve into my own familial experiences with friends and family as well, and what tugs at your heart and gets your emotions really worked up and gets your emotions to the fore. And when you start getting involved in that, when your brain sort of lapses when you're in the car and it just goes off on this little fantasy, you can come up with some dynamite stuff, but it's so awkward to get it down if you want to record it.
It's true. It's very, very true, especially when it comes to dialogue and stuff. And it's like when you have an argument with someone and then you leave the argument, and then when you're walking home, you're thinking of the things you should have said that moment in time.
So many times,
A blur. I should have said fuck off.
Yeah, but that's the thing, you see, in scripts you can make your character say those things at the right time in the right place. And you're literally creating. So that's what I love about writing.
Yeah. You can create like the most amazing scenarios that would be really awkward and embarrassing in real life, but work really well because you've had time to sit and strategically put them together on the page.
Also, another most important thing about writing is you can't write something unless you have experience of life. That's the thing. So I can only write things that I've experienced in life better. I can write that stuff better than making stuff up. Actually, I can write.
That's why my stories are full of sex and violence and bad language.
And
write about what you know.
It's very different
in that order.
Yep.
It's
never simultaneously though.
It's interesting though. What keeps you going is that Matt, if you write your book and you get one person that says it was really good, I loved it, then it would have been all worth it. If you got 10, so even if you got 10 people that said it was shit, and you had that one person that said they loved it and they wanted to write more, that is the reason why you do it.
Kathleen Kennedy read your book and said it was amazing.
Wow.
I'd say, well, I'm available to adapt it into a screenplay if you'd like.
And then she'll say, "You got to have a woman in the lead. Take that guy out."
There's actually two. I've got two women lead characters in it, so they can't say that I'm just concentrating on the men at all.
Is there a love triangle in there?
Actually, there kind of is. Yeah, I have managed to kind of get that in there, and it's happened naturally as well. It hasn't been forced like it would have been in Disney.
Does it do women or two or more?
Do the gang get together?
How many women in the triangle?
Oh, just one.
3.
A woman and 2. No. Hear me out.
Are they people of color? Are they LGBT?
There's two love triangles, and they overlap like a Venn diagram.
Oh,
bizarre love triangle.
Star of David.
Krual Birab said he wrote a book 15 years ago, a story about vampires and supernatural stuff. I got to 80 pages in.
Yes. And
realised it was shit.
This is the problem. It's like the self-doubt scenario, when you've written so much of it, and you think, is this any good, or should I give up now, or should I keep going?
You should keep going, because the only way to
vampires.
Keep going, mate. Keep going. Keep going.
Lesbian vampires is where is that?
Listen, Matt. You have to embrace failure, because that's the only way you can move forward.
No, you have to embrace lesbian vampires.
Oh yeah. Go on, Krual. Give it a go, mate.
He's back. Give
it a go.
Cockney lesbian vampires. They only want to suck your blood.
Zulu lesbian vampires.
That's too much. But go on.
Shame.
Too creative.
Michael Caine would be in the lead.
Do you want to do Game of Young Ones?
Swap shop.
Utter bastard.
Utter bastard.
I've sent you the deviant art picture of that steampunk
fantastic
TARDIS interior to your DMs. It's fantastic.
Lovely.
So we're all agreed if Krual can revisit his book, he should try and finish it off.
Look at that.
Isn't it gorgeous?
Good
I think everyone here is writing a script.
Apart from me.
Apart from you, Brown. Yeah.
And it's got Tom Baker in there as well.
Yeah. I love it.
What was I going to say?
I know Problem's writing a book.
On Twitter.
He mentioned it on Right Club.
On Twitter, it doesn't keep going until you get to your first ever tweet, does it? It stops. Twitter. On your page, right? I can't find the very first tweet I did on Twitter. And I thought it stored everything. Does it store everything? Anybody know?
Good question. I don't know.
Because I've come to a stop, and this is not the first tweet I put out. It's interesting. Very interesting.
Alpha Omega, does it pass the Bechtel test?
My story passes
uneducated
the Bechtel test by talking about.
Are you a replicant?
What is the Bechtel test?
It is.
What is the Bechtel test?
Everyone knows who that is, surely.
That's
when it's about birds, isn't it? Two birds have to be talking without a geezer sticking his oar in, mansplaining everything, and they can't be talking about the geezer either. Two birds having a chat about something that doesn't involve geezers, including the conversation. Is that about right? That is the Bechdel test. Sexist pig writing. Dead silence. No one. You don't know, do you? You know there's Bechdel test. Call yourself script writers. Don't you know the Bechdel test?
No, I'm aware of it. I'm aware of it, but I haven't.
Piglet muppet.
I haven't needed to consider it once while I've been writing because the characters are all genuinely good. So there's no reason.
There you go. Okay, he's evaded the question. I like it.
I don't know what it is. Still, I'm thick.
Yeah, well, you're not a script writer, so that's all right. It's the other three I'm worried about.
Go on.
That's you putting your plate.
I've just explained it. I ain't doing it twice. Did I stutter? I shouldn't have to explain it once. You should know.
I thought you were cocking about. Sorry.
Yeah, no, this is a serious program. My story seriously passes the Bechdel test by having the two birds talking about the Bechdel test. I'm not even joking. When you actually read my script, you go, Cockney wasn't fucking joking. They're literally talking about the Bechdel test, thus passing the Bechdel test for Cockney. I'm not even joking. See, you'd all be laughing if you knew what it was. I'm aiming high here. Alison Bechdel's in the chat going, he fucking gets it, that's Cockney. He might be a cunt, but he's not a sexist pig.
But isn't that
I've
AI?
Said you're operating at a different level to us.
The Bechdel test is to see if AI passes the human thought process, isn't it?
No, that's the Turing test.
Oh, Turing test. Oh, sorry, I got those two.
Giant of a muppet.
Look, I haven't fucking slept properly. Knock it off.
How dare you not know something? How dare you conflate?
Oh, is that the one? Is that representation?
Oh, is that the one where you got to, if your wife tests you to see if you've been screwing around? No, that's the marriage test. Oh, for fuck's sake, it's different. Is that the one with the dog? Work out what numbers do? No, that's your mathematics.
That's Pavlov.
Is that the one? Exactly. Woof. Right. No, I'll tell you what. I've got a side joke about that, but we're going too fast, so don't worry about it. Moving on. Quick. Right. What other test you got? Is that the one where you learn to spell words? That's the English test. Right.
No, that's Schrodinger's cat. No.
Learn to drive a car. No,
that's your driving test. Right. Now, I'll tell you what, though. What's the name of the junction where you can turn only left or right? Someone? Driving test. Serious question.
130.
You can turn left or right. What kind of junction you at?
T junction.
T junction.
Yeah, I love one. Thanks. Milk, 1 sugar. Walk right into that one, you fucking.
Oh, get out of the pool.
All right, I'll go back to bed now. See ya. Right, Bechdel test. Anyone in the chat? Birab, someone. Here, cynical Lindsay. You're a bird. What's the Bechdel test?
She's busy referencing the young ones.
She's busy making a cut of tea like a good girl.
You took your time, you bastard.
Right, what it is, right?
Do not lean out of the window. I wonder why.
This
you
is
took your
Clem
time, you
Fandango.
bastard.
This is about representation.
This is Clem Fandango.
Can you hear me?
Can you hear me, Alison Bechdel? Can you?
Yeah.
I know. It's the one where if you have two women talking that don't mention men.
Here we go. Here we go. Go on.
That's the one.
I'm with you. Go on. Go on, problem.
Is it
That's
important?
It. I just explained it.
Why do you stop?
Is it important?
It's like, okay, if there's two women in the scene together, they don't talk about their relationships with men. They talk about engineering something or whatever. Like they're totally independent of any men or any love interest, unless it's probably lesbian. Then that passes.
Well, plus you got to have the two women in there because you've definitely got an epic fail if you don't have two birds talking. That's the whole thing. If it's full of geezers talking.
Yeah, but they have to be talking about anything other than men. There have to be no men involved in the conversation at all, especially relationship
or part of.
Yeah,
you've got to have two Dorises talking. The force 10 from their own. Geezer, blah blah blah. War. You're out. It's technically a sexist test, but
even though we know women always talk about men, or bitching about other women.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, so do you want realism or do you want
a single woman who doesn't talk about men constantly? I'm sorry look, I have no vested interest. I'm a gay man.
Bechdel is on
but
line
this is
now.
my experience and this is my truth.
Hello, caller. You fucking like a problem.
Not to say that women don't exist in the world that only talk about cars. Yeah, no doubt there is.
And damn rankers, what?
Cynical Lindsay, she can back me up.
I wish I was a damn ranker right now. What? like
we all do, mate.
Yeah, don't we all? Now and again.
More than others.
You're an officer and a gentleman, sir. You comport yourself accordingly. What? Especially when we're under attack.
133.
Come on, carry on.
That's nearly over.
So, have we confirmed? Alison Bechdel on line 1, confirmation. Raiders of the Lost Sexism.
I was worried about him for a while at the beginning. I was worried about you.
They don't like it up them.
They don't like the cold steel.
When I'm silent, they're worried. That's exactly how it should be. Art of War confirmed. Cockney's too quiet. He's fucking up to something.
Either that or bored, shitless.
No, you have no idea. Do you know how easy it is painting redcoats at 28mm?
Is that what you're doing?
Yes, I'm busy making my own. I think about.
Oh, sorry, mate.
That's where all your attention's gone.
No, you're wrong. Wrong. Sorry, I got the wrong end of the stick there. No, I stopped painting for the show. Can't you tell? No, I was doing this thing called listening.
You're not high on the paint, are you?
How dare you? I'm listening to you. No, you said stop fucking interrupting. So I thought, right, I'm going to stop interrupting. And then see how long before you notice it was an hour. But you're all thinking.
No, I noticed straight away. I noticed straight away.
As long as you know I'm listening, I'm not painting. I'm not passed out on the couch. I'm pacing with my cup of tea.
Notes.
Exactly, mentally, yes. Written white. We don't need to, do you? The whole thing's recorded. Oh, think about it. It is a note. It's like the universe. It's a recording of itself. No, I'm just formulating because I can easily dive in.
Oh, well, that was that.
It's all going on, isn't it?
Your internet went off then.
Timing. It's all about timing.
Secret of comedy. Timing.
Anyway, as I was saying, don't get off the
on
track.
135.
It's a lousy secret, really.
Matt,
when not interrupting, exactly, you carry on. Don't mind me. Damn rankers.
Any sign of resident alien yet?
Evil.
I've been checking constantly for the last few days, but I've still haven't seen any updates. Let me just double check again now.
I saw the clip preview on Twitter, so
it might be available to stream, but not download yet. I'm just having a look.
Sign of good TV.
I'd just like to add, I do have Sky, so I can watch it legally. It's just I don't choose not to.
Good for you.
Yeah, I'm paying.
I'm not seeing it at the moment, so we're still waiting.
Buggers.
80% of us here are writing a script. That's not bad going, is it? 80% of us.
I'm nearly finished with mine, but then mine's only about 20 minutes.
I'm not doing anything.
Maybe you should join the club. You're the only one. You're letting them decide that you're the only one here not writing a script.
I don't think I could do it. It's not my thing.
That's what I thought. And now I'm almost two novels worth into what I'm doing.
That's what Ryan Johnson thought.
Well done,
right,
well done.
He did it anyway.
Truth.
Does the Beatles get back together in your book?
I'm not going to spoil it. I can't say.
That's a yes then.
I'm not going to say anything on that one.
Yeah. Is there lots of X-wing fighters and pews?
Extreme amounts.
That's what everybody wanted. Good pews.
But they are. It's
we
all
got space horses. We got space horses instead.
Yeah.
Space horses.
Ponies in space. Yeah.
Yeah.
What a load of bollocks! How fucking shit was that?
All the alien creatures in mine are like ostensibly alien. They are, extremely different to anything you've seen before, other than as a complete contradiction to what J.J. Abrams and Ryan Johnson did.
Is any of it set on a desert planet?
Only. Let me think. Is it
ice planet?
I don't like saying people.
Planet.
They're coarse. They're rough. They get everywhere.
No,
Dagenham.
One question.
Yeah, we haven't had Dagenham in Star Wars yet, have we?
Yeah, right. Some representation.
One important question for you.
Industrial estate planet.
Yeah.
No, that's not it.
That's very Blake 7.
Swap Shop, I have a question for you. For Swap Shop about your script. It's a deal breaker for me. Does anyone question on 137? 37. It is not 37. It is now. Does your script, sir, feature at any point a character wearing a metal bikini?
Not yet, but you give me ideas now.
And say, check please. Oh no, wait, hold on that. Gus on, wait, coffee. All right. You got half an hour. I'm in.
There are lots of figure hugging spacesuits and feminine bottoms wiggling though.
Feminine bots.
Mm-hmm.
Me, the head of the Imperial Senate at 3
with my
in the
reputation.
There's no Imperial Guard.
Yeah, but are they lesbians?
So.
This is the important question.
I'm sick of lesbians.
I'm a bit bored.
Never get sick of lesbians.
They're in absolutely everything.
If this is a test to see I'm a replicant or a lesbian, Mr. Deckard, well,
nothing against lesbians, but you know,
Alpha Omega.
Everyone is a lesbian now.
Lesbicant.
Alpha Omega. Any thoughts on One Division? Good, bad, so-so.
A lesbian or a replicant? I always thought they went hand in hand.
Matt, you've seen
hand in glove.
Exactly.
I didn't watch last week's WandaVision because I've been put off by the wokeness. And
4 lesbians and a replicant. What? Starring.
I'll say to Alpha Omega. Very good first 2 episodes. 3 not bad. 4.
I didn't enjoy. I was bored. Those first 2 episodes.
They are.
I like the idea.
Yeah.
But I just thought it was executed poorly.
It is being dragged out at the moment. There's definite woke.
Yeah. As soon as the real world came into it, they started going feminist, and
in combination with what's gone on at Disney, you can just feel the life sucking out.
You can. And it's terrible. They can't write likable female characters anymore. Everyone has to be a bitch or anti-masculine. Yeah. Wanda herself's okay. Vision's a great character, but you just know as soon as it comes into the real world, it's just
but he can't do comedy. Like when they were doing the comedy scenes, I thought the guy who plays Vision, just his delivery was too dry.
Paul
he felt like a serious actor trying to do
comedy. Martini for Mr. Bettany.
I don't know if it was supposed to be like that though. That's the thing. I don't know if they were meant to be dry. Because that kind of comedy was very much like that back then.
No, but the whole thing is a pastiche and homage. What?
I definitely say
Alpha should watch it.
He was like the character, like he was working in the office, and he had some lines, like one-liners that were quite amusing. I thought one of the incidental characters.
Yeah,
they could do with losing 4 episodes, and it'd be just about right.
Right. Okay. Well, I've given up watching.
There's 3 episodes to go, and
not interested.
I mean, I don't have Disney Plus, so I'm not subscribing to watch it at all, if you know what I mean. So I can kind of take it or leave it. But it is still my precious time that I'm giving to Disney. And after what happened last week with a certain actress, I'm kind of inclined not to do that anymore.
Well, why, if they hate you and they're clearly haters, why should we keep funding them? You know, they keep telling us how evil and bad and nasty we all are. What's the point? I don't want to give them my money.
Not at all.
Bethany and Olsen are good in it. Yes, that is correct.
They're the 2 good things about it. Yeah.
Yeah. To be fair, I think most of the actors are not bad, to be fair, but it's just the woke bullshit. You know, if you're beyond the fence, it's woke, isn't it?
I think it is. You know, that as soon as that 4th episode dropped, it was like, oh, white men bad. Like the white guy who's in charge of SWORD was like a bad guy, and he was like just ordering people around and looking very cynical, and everyone was looking at him like he was an asshole, and he was talking like he was an asshole. And I just thought, oh, here we go, here it comes. And the other guy who's diverse, he's Asian, he's a complete simp.
He's from Vladivostok.
And he's just a complete spineless simp. And then there's, I think, who else is there that's male in there? I can't remember now. The rest of it's just whamming, I think, isn't it?
Whammers. Femme creme supreme.
What is a simp?
What's happened to Mega Geek? Are you right there, Mega?
He's nodded off.
You've gone quiet.
He's working.
Is he doing corporate editing? Are you multitasking, Mega?
No.
Yourself a beer?
Well, you know, the subject's not very interesting to me, so I'm just listening. That's all.
He's tuned into another channel. Let me know when you're done, Len.
Are you watching another episode of The Equalizer?
Yeah. No. Just, you know.
Just listening.
Equalizer is on Forces TV for anybody in the UK.
I wouldn't want to watch it.
The Edward Wood.
The Edward Woodward one
on Forces TV. So it's on Freeview.
That's what you want.
There's UFO on as well, and a few other kind of things like that.
I'll blow your head off.
Been watching
that. Robin's Nest was on as well.
God, I remember that from when I was about 3.
He died, didn't he? Richard O'Sullivan. He died, didn't he? Of cancer, I think. Yeah. I saw him on a train once, a long time ago, and he had a huge beard, and he didn't look very well.
Oh, blimey!
Yeah, I know. It's a long time ago.
That's a lovely anecdote. That is.
I'm just saying.
I don't think there's any way.
One flyby by comparison. He had to play through because of my bad golfing. Anyway, all right, Richie.
I saw Dr. Leg on a London tube once.
Which leg? Left one or the right one? Yeah.
The only person in ZZ Top without a beard is called Mike Beard. Hashtag fun fact.
I found when you see certain celebrities in real life, it can be quite jarring. It's like I was in when I went to London to go to uni. We went out on a Friday night, I think it was, with a couple of my mates into central London to go to a nightclub. I can't remember what it's called now. It's like the LA2 or LA something or other. But
yeah.
It's gone now. Yeah, it's gone now. It was pretty good for when it was there. But I saw two of the Stereophonics in there. And I was chatting to the drummer, and the lead singer, Kelly Jones, was like a few tables over. And this guy was a literal hobbit. He was like 3'5" tall. I could not believe what I was seeing. He must have been wearing kids' clothes, but I just thought, wow, what a difference to seeing people on the screen it is to see them in real life. You know, that's just so jarring.
Tell me
I met Terry Waite on the train once.
Did he?
I knew that was coming. I knew that was coming.
Do you remember Mike Reed's mum in EastEnders?
Mike Reed's mum.
Mike Reed's mum.
Oh, yeah.
How did he get to Mike Reed's mum from that?
I saw her. I was going on a train from Birmingham to
and there's your segue.
Birmingham to Leicester, and she was on the train.
I danced with June Brown in a gay club in Soho.
No relation.
Dot Cotton. Yeah, I had a brave Dot Cotton. That was amazing. Oh, Browning, whatever it is these days. Yeah.
I don't watch it, honest.
She was fun. She's absolutely out of her mind. Love it.
Were you out of your mind?
Fuck yeah. It's the 90s.
Fuck yeah.
It's the 90s. That's what we did.
Oh, okay. We did, yes.
Oh, yes. God, I miss those days.
What of not remembering what you did?
The good old days before
yes. Remember the 90s.
How poignant.
Yeah.
How poignant that is.
Down, no more fighting on the dance floor.
Alpha Omega in the chat says Edward or Iwawu is the equalizer, not Queen Latifah.
Yeah, he'll never be better.
Queen Latifah is back.
I read the equalizer with Queen Latifah has got good ratings, believe it or not. I read somewhere. Can you believe it?
No, but I read that it didn't get very good ratings at all because it played after the Super Bowl, didn't it? And hardly anybody watched it. Apparently, that's what I read.
Super Bowl waiting.
It was shit, though, wasn't it?
It was terrible. But you know, I mean, good luck to it. I don't care whether it fails or a success or not. I'm not going to watch it,
folks. Care he does not.
I do not care at all.
Boom.
I just don't think there's any decent current TV on at the moment. I may be wrong.
Unless you're watching a Zulu
or films. There's just everything new is just a load of crap, isn't it? I just keep going
Resident Alien.
I recommend Zulu.
There's always the exception to the rule. You're right.
Yeah, it's the outlier. Yeah.
Can I just ask? I just want to ask the Mega Geek about his doctor. What have you got like a certain style for him yet? Have you got like a clothing ensemble?
No, I have got a certain style for it, but it's all about the acting.
80s neon.
It's whether it suits the actor. So we've decided on his costume, but we're going to have a costume test to see how it fits the actor.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
So,
it's not Barnaby, is it? He's not the doctor, is he?
If it fits him well, then basically, we'll go with that. So it all depends on that, really. I always find that with costumes when I'm directing and I have an actor and they have to wear a certain costume and stuff. I always find that it's best to get them in it first before we try anything. So there you go.
Has he had any kind of
the gold bikini or the Liz Hurley?
Yeah, the Liz Hurley, please.
Has he had like any screen tests or any kind of kind of play the role for you at all in any way?
Yeah, I've done. It was obviously a Zoom screen test, and he's as far as I'm concerned, he's
all right.
Kind of born to play it, really.
Great.
That's what I think, anyway. But as I said, a lot of people are not going to agree.
Are you going for the
Barnaby? Is it?
I will not.
Yes, it is. Blatantly is.
I will not say who it is. But
I believe it is.
Is that
neither confirm nor deny?
Yeah, either confirm or deny. who are playing the Doctor.
That
But
means
you'll be pretty surprised who's playing him though.
Are you going sort of more for the younger age group or the older, sort of more experienced Doc Brown, Mad Professor kind of guy?
No. That's proven not to work. So I'm going for someone young looking.
Okay. Yeah.
So, because I don't know. I prefer. You know what? I prefer the Doctor to be like like Pertwee and Baker, and because they're all very Oxford driven, aren't they?
Yeah.
So that's how I. That's what I always imagine the Doctor be like. But
I always loved the idea of him being kind of the sort of mad grandfather, that kind of insane professor type guy who's sort of a bit quirky and eccentric, and he's all right. He's like a bit like Rick and Rick and Morty, that kind
Dr.
of
Morty.
Yeah.
Hey, Robana, get in the thing, get in the police box. Come on.
As I said, no matter what I do, people are gonna find fault with it anyway. So
you might as well just do what feels right for you and just go with it, and as long as it works for you, then.
Oh, if you like it, other people will.
People will like it. I'm only doing the trailer, so we'll find out what people think of the trailer. If they don't like the trailer, I'm not going to make it. So
I don't think you can judge from just a trailer.
Of course you can.
No. Well, I mean, I read it. I read it. I don't know if it was just the first draft or treatment, but there's no dialogue.
No, there's no dialogue. But what I want to see is that if there's any interest in seeing a fan film made by me. If I put out a Indiegogo campaign and I get 20p after 2 weeks, and I'm not making it. Obviously, I'm not making it. Do you know what I mean?
Well, I'll tell you what. I'll give you 20p now. Listen. You can have my last 20p.
When it comes to actually doing,
don't forget, folks. Send in 10 grand because I want to hire him. I need the Mega Geek for my movie. 10 grand. Send it direct to the Mega Geek. All right.
Cockney Zulu, the movie.
No, that's bigger. I'm thinking because actually another by 2029 that'll be the 50th year anniversary of the film Zulu and 150 years of the actual events. So we're going to build up to that via a few other things. I don't know. Obviously, I've not spoken to Mega Geek yet, but Mega Geek, you'd be brilliant as director. I've got a project for you.
Oh dear.
Anyway,
did the Doctor ever go back to that period?
Where? What period? Do you have a period?
Zulu.
Yeah, back to the Zulu period. Yeah.
No, but he did have that Empress of Mars thing where he had soldiers of that period on Mars. It was quite interesting because some of them were black. Like, you can't help yourselves, BBC, can you?
Cynical Lindsay says fourth Doctor is the best. I'm assuming that's Tom Baker.
Yeah, of course. But what occurred to me now? I am totally of one way of thinking about the Doctor now because of the Jodie thing. I don't believe the Doctor's a woman now, and I don't believe the Doctor should be black. I believe the Doctor should be the Doctor. Now.
Yeah, pale, stale male. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, to say that there's something wrong with that means you're racist, and that the character has to change because of some stupid political nonsense. The character is the most important thing. Look, consistency, right? If you look at the last 50 odd years, he's been the same way. Now all of a sudden it's a problem. Why is it a problem? Why can't you just write interesting, compelling characters?
No one's ever had a problem with Blade being black or Black Panther being black. No one wants to change them. So why do we have to change a white character?
That's right. That's what I'm saying. It's. I'm. If it wasn't for Jodie, because I used to think, it'd be really good to have a black Doctor or a female Doctor. Because of Jodie, she's proven that no, the Doctor should remain.
Chibnall.
It's not the Doctor.
Did anybody see a tweet yesterday? They're advertising a new film about Martin Luther King.
Are they going to cast a white man?
With Mel Gibson in the role. Did you see that?
Well, look, is that a joke? Is that serious?
I wouldn't want the Doctor to be gay either, and I'm a gay man. I wouldn't want to see a gay Doctor. I don't want it.
He's asexual anyway, isn't he?
Rabbi's Jewish. He'd probably say he would love to see a Jewish doctor, but for a joke, I don't think in reality he
make
would.
your mama happy already.
And I'm Jewish heritage as well. I don't want to see a Jewish doctor. So all this thing is just such a contrivance, and it's so patently cynical. I just find it's just cringe. Like you have to fundamentally change something that has worked so successfully for so long just
Dr.
for the sake of it. Because
this
a bunch of
week
narcissists need to see themselves on screen all the time.
I'll tell you what I would really love to see in Doctor Who, and what it's been lacking ever since the reboot, the soft reboot in 2005, was it?
Decent story.
No, is the horror element to it, the creepiness, the scare factor. It's completely missing. Completely missing.
That's what I've always said. Doctor Who, it should be creepy. The Hinchcliffe era with Tom Baker. For me, it was quintessential Doctor Who. They got it absolutely right.
My script is literally going that way.
Excellent.
Yeah, it needs to have a horror element to it.
Yeah, it's really funny you say that. It's something that I always thought of that Doctor Who when I was a kid used to be quite scary.
Yeah,
I mean, even I watch that clip now with the master, and he tells that guy to sit on the chair, and the chair swallows him. I find it laughable now, but when I was a kid and I saw that, I thought that was absolutely terrifying.
Yeah, I know. That's what I know exactly what you mean.
Sorry, I was just going to say the thing is, and I'll shut up. The thing is that now they write Doctor Who like it's a comedy show.
Yeah.
And it isn't. It's a show that has comic elements in it because the Doctor is, by his very nature, uses his humour to get out of sticky situations. But now they've kind of reversed that and made the situation comical, and everything has to be. These one-liners, and now the Doctor's got all these different catchphrases. Like, okay, the Doctor's always had the odd catchphrase here and there, but it's whole Alonzi thing and but yeah, it's overly comical. I think it needs to go back to being a drama, a science fantasy drama, and has the odd comical moments for levity, not all the way through. I think that's the main problem I have with you.
I think the MCU humor has got a lot to answer for.
Yeah, I think it's an American import. I really do.
Yeah, absolutely. They're trying to get humor in there all over the place now, because they think, because the MCU is so successful, they think, oh, well, this is obviously what people want. We've got to try and shoehorn humor into every scenario. Snappy
humor, and it's so self-aware, and it's just cringe a lot of the time. I mean, it's cringe.
Yeah, it's like Star Wars, isn't it? It's turning into a meme on screen, and it needs to go back to that really kind of icy, creepy. Oh God, don't even start. But there's something like Blake 7 and Space 1999. They had really scary, creepy, horrific moments in them.
Yeah,
very adult.
Avon, Villa was the butt of the joke, and Avon had this really highbrow, dry sense of humor.
Yeah,
and he bounced off of Villa, but it was delivered so stony faced. That delivery was absolutely sublime.
The script was so perfectly written. The script was so perfectly written, and the actors were just the perfect choice at the right time, weren't they, to be there to carry out those instructions on screen. And my God, that combination, again, lightning in a bottle, just incredible. Absolutely. And Space 1999, for all its flaws as well, it's got so many amazing elements to it, right? Amazing spaceships, which Cockney knows, I know, but the creepiness and the horror element to it was basically like a more TV friendly Alien in places.
The Dragon's Domain
episode, and pathos as well. You had elements of pathos.
That's what it's missing. Yeah, these are all the things it's missing now. And I think it's going to take
surface level.
Yeah. It's going to take someone like
like
Mega Geek that knows that all these elements that are integral for the ingredients to make it work.
BBC don't know notes.
IPUs, yeah, but the BBC haven't got a clue, have they? They just haven't got a clue. They just think, we'll just, again, like Star Wars, we'll just put the logo up there, slap someone on the screen that's a bit silly and quirky, and they'll run around pointing their screwdriver at things, and then that'll
maybe
exposition fix.
Maybe entertainment as we know it has finished.
No. I think whilst there's still people out there with talent. I mean, I hope it's not a dying breed thing, but that's why it's important to fight for these things. Because if this becomes the norm, you're never going to get it back again. And that's the important thing: is keeping talent alive and seen.
Nurturing.
And if these bastards in Hollywood win and are allowed to win,
bastards,
it's killing the art stone dead. And it's very hard to win that back in the hearts and minds if it's removed from people's hearts and minds.
Yeah, and if our intellectual properties have all sort of fallen by the wayside, then we're circling the drain, aren't we, as a society? I think we're doomed.
It becomes a poison chalice at that point. No one's going to want to touch it.
It's not ours. It's not.
If only there were 4 new
screenwriters
just around the corner.
I think it's just that the pendulum swings backwards and forwards, and it's on its way to its apex.
Pendulum is what they do, isn't it? Yeah.
I do believe in the way Gandhi dealt with the British Empire, and I think that's the best way to deal with this situation as well. Definitely, just to not be angry, just basically tell them politely, and have some kind of plan, and just kick them out. Basically, I've got to figure out how to do it, but there's no point in getting angry over it, is there? Let's face it.
We've gone through the anger because I think it's like grief. You go through a process. Yeah. So I think we're going through. Yes. We've gone past the anger now. We're now at apathy, and I think apathy is the thing that will kill Hollywood.
Is that one
more
of the 5 say you are number 1? Apathy.
Because while there's anger, there's still passion there. With apathy, there's nothing.
Yeah,
that's true.
I was going to write an essay about apathy. Couldn't be fucked.
I used to be indecisive, but now I can't make up my mind.
Yeah.
Lee, I've told you a million times, stop exaggerating.
Hey.
Oh, for God's sake.
We're going to finish there, boys. It's the golden 2 hours.
Oh, we could have gone on, but you're right.
Just get my mojo going.
The viewers have been dropping off as well, so everybody who's in the chat and who has stuck with it, thank you for sticking with us. Obviously, the usual thing, like, share, subscribe, tell your friends, blah, blah, blah. Thanks to all the guests. We'll probably be popping up tomorrow if we can get Resident Alien sorted. So, usual time, 2300 hours, GMT. Thank you, guests. Thank you, peeps in the chat. Thank you, YouTube land. Take care.
Good day, sir.
Adios. Hasta luego.